Konami Studios. Strange Adventures, Issue 3. Guys, I like this book. I've always hesitant when it comes to stuff about a magic school because I really do not enjoy Harry Potter. But I'm really enjoying this book. I think this is the right direction for Marvel to take. You got a bunch of new characters that it's easy to jump on board and enjoy. You got it from all spans of the magic corner of the Marvel Universe, and it's just a fun idea that Marvel desperately needed. I enjoyed it. So last issue, we got the first day of school. In this one, we got the first outing for the kids coming onto the weekend. So we open up this book. They are in their final class of the Friday, pretty much, and it's kind of this weird thing with the Ancient One, trying to figure out how you can master the Eye of Agamotto and how you can see into the other dimension. Of course, none of our kids are really able to do that. They're all kind of struggling, except for our main girl, Emily. And Emily does manage to figure out how to use the Eye of Agamotto, so she sees this colorful world. I can't remember what they call it, but there's these interesting parasites in this realm that kind of like feed on the essence of these people. But it's like a symbiotic relationship where when they exist, we exist, and it all works pretty nicely. Everything's in balance, so it's not bad or anything. The artwork is gorgeous. It looks as clean as ever, very vibrant, very colorful. I really dig this book. The colors are phenomenal. All the characters look unique and interesting. It's working really well. So then, class ends and our kid's like, what are we going to do for the weekend? And of course, Eric has the bright idea, it's his first time in like the realm of Midgard. He wants to go have fun and party. He doesn't want to go in and play video games. So the kids decide they are going to go hit up the streets of New Orleans and just see what's up. So we kind of split our group into two factions. There's one faction with like Calvin, Jermaine, Shaylee, and Alvi, and they go to get some find some food there. But I think our main characters, I don't want to say main characters, but kind of like our more top characters that got more going on behind the scenes, like Emily, like Doyle, like Zoe, like Dessi, and like Eric, they decide they are going to go to a voodoo museum. And you get some funny banter where you see kind of how people are feeling. Doyle says he hates the Asgardian twins, but of course he doesn't. Dessi keeps trying to talk to Zoe about what's going on with her. Jermaine and Calvin remain to be like these funny guys who want to play video games all the time. Of course, the characters of Toph and Gus can't really go into public just because they don't feel comfortable yet or they're too different. Now, this is the first time I'm remembering the names for every character because I do have the sheet of all the characters in front of me so I can remember them. And it's really working. I really like having this information with me. It really helps. Again, we get some more stuff. We see that kind of like Doyle and Eric both kind of like Emily, and how is that going to affect their relationship? I don't know. It's kind of fascinating to see. So they go to this voodoo museum, and they get this interesting stuff where the teller's like, well, come on in. It's $20. You guys can have a look around and see what's up. We just get some classic banter where Emily talks about like the human fascination of the dead and how they all have this interest in zombies, and it's just weird. I love that Eric's just like, on Asgard we have like half dead, sort of dead, people who are dead but not anymore dead. Just like, what is it with Midgard's fascination in the dead? I don't get it. Like on Asgard, you're dead or you're not. Like it's weird. I just love that. I'll put it up here and just like what he said. It's like the undead, the half dead. It's funny. I enjoyed it a lot. So in the museum too, they also have this idea where you can talk to a teller, and the teller will, read you your fortune, show you what you want to see. And none of the kids really want to do it. They decide they're just going to bail from the museum and go get some dinner. And you get some interesting moments where the teller's trying to talk to Emily about, oh, you're going to want to see your future, kid. It's a bright future for you. Of course, she doesn't want to do it. Zoe says some weird enchantment to her that makes me think she is of a more interesting legacy. I'm not going to say what it is or what it's not, but if I had to guess, I'm going to say Zoe is connected to Brother Voodoo somehow, just because we're in a voodoo museum. They have a similar aesthetic and look, and I think having the teller read the fortune like that and having her be somebody kind of known, like, oh, I'm sorry, you're, a Talklin or something? I'm curious to see what that's going to be like. I think there's something going on with Zoe there. Very curious. But of course, they're not going to leave without getting the fortune read, so Doyle decides he will get his fortune read. I love Doyle. I think he is my favorite character in this book just because you could easily mess up doing like the son or daughter of a villain in something like this, but I think having Doyle be the son of Dormammu, you can tell he doesn't want to be like his father. So when he sees his future, we get this beautiful page where there's destruction. It looks like he takes over the role of Dormammu from his father, and you see like the Sorcerer Supreme fighting him. You see his friends are like collapsed on the ground in like the more mature form where they're more adult, and he just kind of has this vision. No, I don't want to be this. I'm not going to be this. And I think that was really cool. Like, that is kind of an interesting development for that character. He doesn't want to become his father, so he's going to try his hardest not to be. I like that a lot. I thought it was really cool. And this is briefly interrupted when Shaylee comes running in because Alvi is getting attacked by some guys when they went to get food. They're making fun of who he is, and he's taking the beatings. You see a couple of his friends like Calvin and Jermaine. They're like, well, we'll stand up to him, but Alvi kind of says, don't. They're not worth it. We're not going to use our powers or hurt these people. It's not worth it. So he takes a bit of a beating by these bigger guys, and I like that. It's just like he's obviously smarter. He's got the brains, and he's more rational, where his brother's a little more like stoic and willing to like go to different places and say certain things and attack, and I like that. So the rest of our team shows up. I say team, the rest of our friends show up here, and they're just kind of like, okay, well, we're not going to fight these guys, but Emily decides she is going to use the Eye of Agamotto power just to kind of show them this weird thing, so they freak out and run away. I like it a lot too, because you get a conversation again of Doyle and Eric, like, how come I can't use my powers? And it's because Emily's an attractive lady. Like, it makes sense. A flame head like you using your powers, people are gonna freak the frick out, man. So you cannot use your powers. And I thought that was fun. It was really cute. So our team just decides we'll just head back to the school. This was a pretty weird outing. We got beaten up. We saw Doyle might turn evil eventually. Zoe's got some more secrets she's hiding, and some more connections between like Alvi and Calvin, and I really like that stuff. It's really fascinating. I love this book. I really enjoy what this book is doing. We do end with this interesting thing where like these tree people are seeing our students and they're kind of watching them. Like, ooh, I could feast on that magic or something. That's pretty fascinating. Curious to see what that's going to be. Overall, I don't think it was my favorite issue of the series so far. I did like the first two more, but I think this is a really fun series, something I think it's easy to get on board with and enjoy, just because there's nothing really like it at Marvel right now. So I'm going to give Strange Academy issue 3 a 9 out of 10. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, Patreon, Twitter, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Have fun, stay safe, good luck.